Why does your mom let you have 2 end steps?
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian. Today I'm playing with Rhul, a big blinking cat that takes 2 end steps and blinks in both of them, exiling your creatures and then returning them to play. It's kind of like if you took Thassa and you made her do it twice. This deck is full of enter the battlefield abilities and a couple end step things, whether those are things that enter the battlefield and bounce, enter the battlefield and draw, or give you the choice of both. We also have ways to recur spells from our graveyard and make use of those extra end step triggers. Palantir of Orthanc and Camille both get double triggers with Y'shtola in play, and if Y'shtola is getting us extra value, we can use that to get even more out of our blinks. Whether we're recurring spells from the graveyard and taking additional extra turns, or just bringing back counter spells because we are mono blue, Y'shtola can do it all. Also helping you get even more ways to blink your creatures, like Essence Flux, or even ways to just put the cards back into your hand, like the Dowerport Mage or Fading Hope. These are great ways to fill your hand, get more value, and take an end step all over again. So let's take Rhul into the queue and start doing some blink. Omnath, Locus of All, a 5-color deck that can bank mana, turning it black, and also gets a benefit if their deck is filled with things that have 3 or more colored pips. This is an okay hand. I can potentially bounce if they play the Llanowar Elf on turn 1. Or I could pseudo counter it, putting it on top of their deck. I'm gonna mulligan though. I want to look for something more interesting. All right, so I got a spell discounter, some ramp, a clone. And I'll probably be naming Wizard on Cavern of Souls because this is a wizard and this is a wizard. Almost all of my deck, excluding the commander, is wizards. Help, they're ramping. She's a druid. She's a cat druid. I don't know why she's not a cat wizard, actually. She's, I would say, very much... She's a warlock on her other card? Maybe they just wanted to make sure she wasn't too good for wizard decks. I can hold up the counter spell. But I would rather get a copy of a card from your deck. What do you got? I know you're running Eerie Ultimatum, which is... Oh god, you're just 5-color. Good stuff. Alright, Baron, put this back in my hand. Baron has an end step trigger, which is good for Y'shtola's. Hi, Omnath. Locus of All! I name... Wizard! And then I'm actually, not casting a wizard with this. More clones. PogChamp. Pop. Back in hand. Omnath is a beginning of turn. World Tree now online. Nicol Bolas the Ravager. Gonna make me discard. I'll discard... Honestly, I think Pawk. Just because I don't have a land. No. Maybe a Traxa. But it's good. They're all good. It's I want to do ramp or I want to do ramp. I'm going to do the ramp that fits the theme of my deck more. Sorry, Pawk. Oh, and now I get an island. Of course I do. I could go for Y'shtola. She might resolve. Instead, Giga Ramp. Yeah, Thassa is the smaller, faster Y'shtola. And if they do go to flip Bolas, I can bounce him in response. Yeah, we don't have Conjurer's Closet in Arena, but it would absolutely go in this deck. That costs 5 mana, right? So you would have a 4, you'd have a 5, and you'd have a 6. Scalding Tarn. Unleashing. And Undercity Sewers. Mono Blue Ramp, very powerful. It's hard to pull off, but it's very satisfying when you do. Yeah, so far they are playing like the good stuff cards that have the multicolored pips, so they can potentially get the Omnath triggers. They're swinging in with Bolus. Are they going to go for the hit and the flip? I really hope they do. Because it is a sorcery speed ability that very easily allows me to go pop. Oh, no, they're just going to board wipe. Sure, I'll take it. Card draw, thank you. Would you like to pay 4 mana for Omnath? And 2 life? Oh, that's crazy. I like how there's wizard synergy in this deck, and that's like not a wizard. Is a wizard. I'm gonna play this really large Atraxa I borrowed from your deck. So this is a copy for me. Oh my god. Oh my god. Housemeld, Nykthos. A Planar Incision, Ristic Study. Archaeomancer Camille. Don't tell me it's too many cards. There's no such thing. Ristic Study. Do it again! Help. It turns out I have an amazing variety of cards in my deck, and I'm gonna put a lot of them into the graveyard. I have to discard 4. I'm gonna go 1, 2. This is me removing lands from my deck. 3. I was gonna use that for shenanigans. 4. I have fueled Delve. Wait, we don't have Delve in this deck. A Growth Spiral. But do you pay the 1? I'll draw a card. For sure. At what point do I need to have an attraction with regard to Atraxa triggers? Well, it's not my Atraxa. Well, it's sort of my Atraxa. It is a copy of a card from their library, making it mine. Though they may be seasoned, looks like I'm the one with the spice. GG, Omnath. Ugin, Eye of the Storms, exiles your colored permanents on cast. And when you cast other colorless spells. I don't have great prospects against Ugin. With this hand or in general. I do have Wash Away, I have that Overlord. But unfortunately, I don't have a lot of ways to slow down their ramp or get damage in fast enough to stop Ugin. And while, yes, I can counter Ugin, it is very difficult for me to counter Ugin and his ability. I'll still do my best. Look, I have a good colorless permanent right here. Camille, which gets its end step trigger doubled. That's why it's in the deck. Also because it makes me feel good. Dowerport Mage. Go, be small! Look how cute it is. He's just a wizard. He's just a little wizard. This would draw me a card, right? Oh no, it's other creatures. That's okay. So dour. So dour. I need another land, and then I can Impending Lurker of the Deep, time twisting it the next turn. Though I'm more likely to be bouncing that Warden Power Stone if I have the opportunity. Overloaded of Flood Pits, find me land. It might be too late. Discarding a card. I think it's gonna be Thassa, unfortunately. Okay, I have fake Thassa here. I can't do anything with the 1 mana, so I'll just swing in. And they have 6 mana. Forsaken Monument. They now have many, many more manas. Too many manas. More mana than I can handle. I can bounce that and make it cost more. They'll probably still be able to play Ugin the next turn. Yeah, if I want to make it cost more, I have to get rid of my Overlord. Rip Overlord of Flood Pits. I have the other Overlord type card here. And I will offer them in exchange. You saw me on Geekenders? Yeah, I've been on 2 episodes now. They let me talk about Magic the Gathering, which is a mistake. Because I have this thing where, like, I talk about Magic the Gathering. And you should never let Magic nerds talk about Magic. We're just the worst.
The essence of this world. Power belongs to the patient.
A network terminal or ramp. I was hoping to get a land here. If I play Urza, I can actually hold up Time Twist to protect him. So I'm going to try to do that. Just Teferi and Urza being miserable together. Assume they're going to play that Forsaken Monument.
My plan bears fruit.
You like when nerds talk about nerd stuff they like? Oh, you like the show Actually. Have you been to any of the live shows at MagicCon? Because Actually has been at a whole bunch of the MagicCons with Iffy and Brian as the hosts.
I am the master of this world.
They have had them? Yeah, I think they've done 2 or 3 of them so far. Okay, I can go for Camille to get damage in. Shtola is like a kind of whatever here. I'm gonna go for Camille. Camille and like accepting that Urza gonna die. They are going to see me discover. Oh, hey, Jill. 1 Jillian Jills. I could put Urza back into my hand to protect him. I could bounce their Forsaken Monument to limit their mana, but it does give them a guaranteed another colorless spell to cast. But it uses up most of their mana. Ooh, that's tricky. I'm gonna hit the Forsaken Monument, because it still costs 7. Which, that's easy, because Ugin, but at least I have my Construct tokens. Your nerd fandoms are merging. Yeah, if he's a cool guy. Brian's very nice, too. My big thing is I'm trying to not scare them off. I want to make a good impression on the fun people on the internet. I did a draft with Iffy once that Aaron had hosted. That was really fun.
Heed my counsel.
Chain Veil? Oh, gosh. Well, I don't like seeing that. They don't have the mana for it, though, because this only doubles their colorless mana. Nothing to blink with Y'shtola, but it does get me double triggers. I could go with Mini Lurker. I think Mini Lurker is as good as full-size Lurker here. Because it's just going to get exiled by Ugin anyway. They can animate Blink Moth Nexus, using the mana from that. And it's going to be able to block as a 4/4, I think. So I need both of these to swing at Ugin. Okay. I have a face-down, colorless Venser. Confounding Conundrum, I'll take it. Yeah, I just need to get hosted for talking about sexy robots. Alright, I can bounce Forsaken Monument again, and I think I should. I have full control mode on. Because that gave me one more devotion. Whew. Yeah, it's like, I could memory lapse Ugin. Oh yeah, he's on cast, doesn't matter. And they have all the mana in the world if they have Forsaken Monument out. I have 3 colored permanents, which can be exiled. This was kind of hard to tell that it's colored because it's this weird, like, FCA alt art. I guess we'll see what they got. They're probably calculating to see if they pay 7 for Forsaken Monument, because it costs 2 more, can they also play Ugin? They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, they sure do. And 1 extra, even. They're going to take out Lurker Nadeep before it becomes a creature. They still have extra mana. They could make 3 more with Ugin. Or they could just draw a card. Alright. I think it's time for big bounce house fun times. Let's see, if I play you 2, 3 first, that should give me enough devotion for Y'shtola. And I have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for attacking. So I could kill Ugin, but I'm just going to bounce him for now. Want to start getting in some face damage. And I do not want to flip over this Venser because it's both colorless and also it's like benefiting me to not have that. All right, Forsaken Monument again back in hand. Unable to Scream, we're going to put that in hand, and then I'm going to blink their Power Stone. Comes in tapped, can't use it for the mana, shouldn't be able to recast Ugin. And that seems like a lockout, and I guess I'm going to win. GG. Cloud Midgar Mercenary will be fetching equipment, and if he is equipped, he'll be doubling his triggered abilities, which I found out does not mean abilities given to him by equipment, it means any triggered abilities. That's relevant because somebody was saying, yeah, if you give him Ward, which is a triggered ability, it gets doubled as long as he has an equipment. Like, all right. I don't think I have any equipment in my deck. I'm like thinking with regards to House Meld. Oh, hey, Sram. Do I have boots? I don't think I have boots in this deck. Since we have so few things that care about attacking. I could have kept that on top just to like guarantee a land draw, but I would rather deal damage. I know what I'm about. It's orbs. Celestial Armor. Sram can now fly. He's indestructible, but only until end of turn. I'm going to try to put Sram back in hand. Oh, he's being tithed, though. Okay. We get milled. They take 3. Wizard deck runs orbs. It's an end step trigger. Y'shtola doubles it. Nice damage. And it's hexproof. These are targeting. I'd be able to turn, like, the boots or the armor or Shadow Spear into a treasure with this. No, I'm good. I like my orb how it is. I got Swiftfoot Boots. Swiftfoot Boots is now a treasure. Hitting the Shadow Spear would be nice because it would make it so these two would trade in the air. I'd rather have an untapped land. Dang! Frisky milling on 3. They pay the 1, returning those boots to their proper form. And it looks like it's just Sramtron. I would say Sram is a backup commander for Cloud. I have a paper Sram deck. I have a Cloud for it too, which is nice. Dang it. I was trying to turn you into a less spooky thing. Still hexproof. Like, I get it, you're gaining life, but what? Whoa, I don't even know what Thunder Lasso does. Taps things. Ooh, jitty time. I need to see the stack of equipment. Boots! Away! They tap it. Bop it. And now they can untap or put a counter. But they cannot protect him. Unless... Whew, okay. You're not milling. Thank you. Now, I do have an aura. I even have one in hand, unable to scream. That would trigger. Hi, Cloud. What do you search for? What is your equipment of choice? Mold Skyclaves. Ooh, they want to go chopping. This can be equipped for this. They're not equipping anything, though, which is kind of more scary to me. I will attempt to make Cloud unable to scream. I have the, Fading Hope in the graveyard that I can flash back. which I'll try to do so long as they are not giving him hexproof. Pretty much in response to it, or if they just swing in. What does the face down mean? Face down cards you cannot see the text of. They're usually 2/2 creatures. They will be able to play him again, tutor again, and give him the boots. We have a land. Now I'm starting to actually get my lands, which is nice. If you're unable to scream an equipped creature, does it lose the abilities of the equipments? Some of them, yes. So, like Shadow Spear gives the ability to the creature, which means it actually would have its abilities removed. But then if you move it off and then re-equip it, it'll gain those back. Snapcaster plus Lava would be nice if I had been missing it. Yeah, I know, but I was missing lands. Thunder Lasso. Oh, it gets double triggers. Right. Oh my god, I'm only at 6. I'm like 1 short of Turbo Rift. Yep. I'm swinging in. Mountain of Boots. I mean, none of these do anything at instant speed anyway, but I have these tappables, so I do like those. Cloud, you like tutoring, right? Like, you really like tutoring, right? This only costs 2, so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I have to pay for the equippies. Oh, Orb is at 8 counters. Yay, double end steps. Aw, there go my critters. That's fair, though. I will bring that back. Really, I'm starting to stabilize, which is nice. Now that I have, like, lands, it's really, really helpful for me. I get one of them things. And I'll just hold my counter spells and everything else. I know, Urza, I want to activate you too. And then hold for the Cyclonic Rift in a turn or two. Sure is islands around here. Hi, Cloud. And I still have 4 mana up with Urza. Nice. Weapons Vendor. Draws them a card. Boots in play. Tap. 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 Tap, 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 tap. And I'd say we probably have a lockout. With Y'shtola blinking, the Cyclonic Rift, the ability for me to get more mana. Took a little bit, but I stabilized. GG. Loot the Pathfinder. Loot has 3 different abilities, and depending on what kind of mana you want to spend, you get to use those. Whether you want to turn mana into more mana, or draw cards, or deal 3 damage. You can do any of those. I have a little bit of ramp here. I would probably be ramping into a turn 2 Overlord. And I am going to use the Chrome Mox. And I think Exile... I have 2 different bouncers here. But nothing to return from my graveyard for this. This will get me things in the graveyard. I'm going to put Baron. This is annoying and it can hit lands. I may end up playing Cyber Siphoner just to have it in play as a creature. Nothing to bring back. Doesn't matter. I just want to have it and I can blink it later. Tempo! You want to bolt it? Cool! I'll attack in. Look, another way to return spells from my graveyard. Sort of flash them back. I'll play the Overlord of the Flood Pit. It is not a creature yet. And, oh, I have to discard. I got this Flux, which is sweet because I can just kind of keep blinking and blinking and blinking. I'm going to drop this Island. I don't like Chrome Mox being in this format. And I wish they would take it out of this format. I'm going to name Wizard. And I will attack them for 2! And pass the turn? I was considering yeeting their tapped land back into their hands. I might still do it. It's like I could time twist this so I could attack with it next turn. Hi, it's Venser. They're getting rid of both of those. Okay, so I'm glad I didn't try to blink it. Anyway, here's my revenge. You know? I think I should do it again. In my end step, I'm setting a stop. Catcher Triumph back into their hand. Oh, and what's this? Chook chook. And that's why Venser is a problem. Muldrotha, the Grave Tide, lets them recast things from their graveyard, so even if I counter them, as long as they are permanent, they can come back. I will keep this hand, though. I've got bounce spells, I've got ability counters, I've got card draw, and I have Strict Serenade, which can slow them down at least a little. Yeah, Llanowar Elves, actually, no, it's a bird. Gotta hit their ramp. I got lots of ways to recur spells back into hand, too, from graveyard. A wee hobbit! I'll just make it absolutely clear to you that you cannot have that right now. I want them to cast it again. Oh, you know what? I should have waited to see if I could counter this with the Tidebinder. That would have been smarter. Trying to Tidebind their land and not let them replay this. I'll play Ristic Study. Try to get some card draw. Or just slow them down a little. Oh, who's a good girl. Except you are blocking so much of my screen with your big fluffy face. Oop. Classic Stifle a Fetch. Let's see if it resolves. It's fine, you can play that from the graveyard later. She's a good commander. I'm drifting. Mono blue land destruction, you know it. Sauron's Ransom. Do you pay the 1? They do. All right. Let's put Damnation face down. and land face down and give them 2 good choices here of Ripples and Ledger Shredder. That way the thing they can't recur goes to the graveyard. And this is a slower card. This is a little bit more fast and aggressive, but I feel like I can deal with it. I got bouncies. I have mono blue ramp with Urza. It's ramp to me. They gave the ring to the bird to carry. Hey, we specifically did not give the ring to the giant eagles because they were going to fall to its corruption. I guess they could play Ripples, but I get to draw a card. I'm into me drawing a card. Yes, please. Oh my god, Sapphire Medallion with Urza. So good. Oh, I shouldn't. But just as a treat. Next turn, sweetie. I can tap the Sapphire Medallion for blue mana if I have Urza out. You feel the evil? Playing mono blue just is evil. It is simply the way of the world. We want Sapphire Medallion first. Into Oiza. Enjoy your knife. I only have 4 mana. So 1 short of activating Urza. Oh, no. I can? No, I was like, I can't activate Urza here. No. Attacks. I'm sorry, I'm trying to see past the cat, but she's very cute and very in the way. She's like, I'm mono blue cat. I'm gonna counter all your spells. You sure are, sweetie. You pay the 1. Okay, what else you got? What do you got in hand? Rashessa's Bargain, Honest Rutstein, and Tarmogoyf. I'm gonna hit Honest Rutstein. Kinda surprised they didn't lead with it. Ooh, another board wipe in the graveyard. Oh, there's plenty of mono blue decks that don't have great ways to win, just great ways to annoy your opponent. So I could go for Y'shtola here, getting lots of blink. Kind of want to just activate Urza, though. I know I shouldn't have played the land first if I'm doing that. I can do both. Boop. Boop, boop. Ooh, free clones. And they can crack open its Aftermath Analyst to bring back all those discarded lands. What did I get? A bird! Oh, Scraps, look, I got a birdie! Oh, she can't get down on her own. Okay, 1 second. And cat on the ground. Thank you for joining us, Scraps. What was I doing? I could draw cards. I could ramp. I could mess with their hand. We'll start with some card draw. See what I draw. Oh, they're doing a Rakshas's Bargain here. She can't get down on her own. This is my desk in its standing mode, so it's just like a little bit too far for her to jump. I have 1 blue up, but my spells cost less. They are killing Y'shtola. That's okay. She got a blink, which I'm happy about. Very often with this deck, Y'shtola is just a magnet for removal. Unlike Thassa, this is not indestructible. Just keep milling. Just keep milling. I got a way to bounce their stuff back into hand, so I can bounce that, swing with everything next turn, and win the game. GG. Liliana, untouched by death, is a zombies commander. And I guess I will keep this, because I'll have 3 mana on turn 2 with the Chrome Mox, and that doesn't sound bad. But they are going to be playing zombies, and zombies they have played. I will go ahead and throw down this Chrome Mox, and I am going to put the, I think, Tidebinder or Exclusion Mage. I'm going to go with the Exclusion Mage way, even though they're going to be making tokens. They're swinging with Crypt Breaker, not using its ability to discard and make a zombie. Ooh, and the Undead Augur. Nice. As their zombies die, they will be drawing cards and losing life. Headless Rider, also very good with, well, zombies dying. I guess I will counter that, since it's a good amount of damage. And I can use the Warzone Duplicator next turn to bounce either Augur or Crypt Breaker. Hoping to blink this a little bit later. Boop. And now I have an Undead Augur. I know that's not that exciting, but, like, I have one now. The Undead Augur returns to play, and the champion of the parish now have 3 zombies, which means that they can use the Crypt Breaker to draw. I'm personally hoping they make the champion of the perished very big, so then I could flashback this somehow and steal it. As I do. It's always crime with me. It has always been crime with me. I'll play Undead Augur, and I'll swing in for 3. If they go to play Liliana, I can disable her abilities with Tidebender, or I can just counter her for 1 mana. Good old mono blue. I'm not gonna bother hitting that. Buried Alive. I am going to counter that. I don't know what they're putting in their graveyard, but any deck that's running Buried Alive, I'm a little worried about. Typically gets run to do combo stuff. And I know there is, like, Liliana's -3 is you can cast zombie spells from your graveyard, but it's worrisome. Okay, and they're tutoring now. Drawing a card as well. Oh, I wanted to make that huge so I could take it. If I play Urza, I will have 2 mana up. Not enough for the Tidebind. I'm getting some damage in, though, with these 2. They're unearthing the Headless Rider. They have a 3/1 now. 3/1 that will get them zombies as their zombies die. Ooh, Nykthos. Nice. Nice, those. Could go for Y'shtola. Just blinking and bouncing. But I think Y'shtola will die. They are a black deck that has mana up. So I'll try Urza. Try for Urza. Can't counter most of the kill spells with the Tidebinder, but still gives me the dude. The little guy. They're going for card draw. I'll let you have it. If I didn't attack with the duplicator, I would have had 3. Oh yeah, it's an artifact. But I want to deal damage. What's this? What's this? What's happening? Liliana! That's what's happening. Liliana comes down, and is she going to go for the kill? Gonna go for the cast? Gonna go for the mill? I say it like it makes a big difference. I know what I'm doing. It's binding them tides. They also have so much Dicthos mana. What's that for, Liliana? I don't know what you're doing, but no, you're not. It's like, what's in their graveyard? It's just the champion. But I know to fear it. I know to fear a planeswalker doing a thing for any reason. Sacrifice a creature? My undead augur that I stole from you. I had to discard because of that. Because that's a Liliana. I'm going to lead with destroying Nykthos because it's Nykthos. I think that's entirely fair. Say no Nykthos. And now it's Y'shtola time. Nykthos being a problem? That's ridiculous. Player of Malice. That will get rid of Y'shtola. She is the highest cost until I blink. Yeah, mono green devotion decks love their Nykthoses. A nested shambler. Zombie that makes squirrels when it dies. Bent Time and Space, thank you for the 29-month resub. Hey, Sephiroth, are you going to be sacrificing creatures here? Sephiroth is a blood artist and a sacrifice outlet that draws you cards. And he also flips over if he gets his blood artist type trigger 4 times in a turn. A Marionette Apprentice, another blood artist. They are doing a lot of drain using these cards, and Bantu's Monument is helping a lot too. Do I have enough mana for Y'shtola again next turn? I think I do because of Warzone Duplicator. You're doing a great job drawing cards, Script Breaker. Y'shtola. I know I could also go for just like random Urza thing go. I think I could bounce their tokens. I could sacrifice that to tower. People in chat saying they got back from seeing Superman. After all, why shouldn't I have a Sephiroth? I do kind of want a Sephiroth, but then I get more good triggers. Yeah. These have good, like, entering. Even though I'd like to have the copies. I can't use them right away. I guess if I have a Sephiroth, it'll, like, counteract one of their Blood Artist type effects. Ooh, they're sacrificing for card draw. I lose 2. Urborg. Everything is swamps. Even these. Sephiroth swinging in. Creatures are dying. I'll double block. More things are dying, Sephiroth included. Whoa! Strider. That's a free sacrifice outlet. Comes with a goat. Still can't activate that because of Tidebinder. I'm going to roll them bones on Urza. A Snapcaster. All right, what do I have to Snapcast? Archmage's thing. Okay, I'm gonna... Yep. And... Snapcaster. And I'm gonna try to steal their Crypt Breaker. They can sacrifice it in response. But it stops them from doing more stuff with it. Swinging with the Warzone duplicator. Does your heart tell you you are a swamp? My heart tells me I want to draw cards. Okay, Strict Serenade's very helpful, because that means I could blink one of these and then counter it. I do kind of feel like a swamp right now. Hey, check it out. I got a Wolf Strider of my own. Unleash the bird! Beep. Beep, beep. They have cast a creature spell. I forgot you could use that from the graveyard. Is this my... Oh, that counts from the graveyard. Nice. Okay. Am I dead? 1 second. We got 1, 2, 3. Yo! That's game! It's really tough against these sacrifice outlets and this bleeding to try to stop them. Totally dead. Love to see it. GG, Liliana. Tifa, Lockhart. I've run into a couple of these, and many of them, unfortunately, just kind of concede after I bounce their commander a couple times. I have the ability to bounce here, but not enough mana, so I'm going to throw that back, and hello, mana drain. Countering Tifa's also good. I would say that Tifa is a deck that, if you do not get your protection early, is fairly weak to this sort of deck. Whether it be the counter spells or the bounce, if you don't have ways to give her hexproof, prevent her from being countered, she's a lot worse. But mono green landfall, which is the backup strategy of the deck, is still pretty good. I played against, I guess, one of these earlier, and yep, it folded. And then did I play against another one? Yes, I did. I think I made one of the Tifas unable to scream. They did not like that. Hi, Tifa. And will it be like the other Tifa? I get 2 extra mana? I like 2 extra mana. I'll use one of those mana for a Fubblethub. I'll use another one of those mana for Oracle of the Alpha. The Power 9 is now in my library. I will also say that going first makes a huge difference against this deck. Lotus Cobra turns landfalls into Momana. In the edge of space, no one can hear you scream. We're not at Edge of Eternities yet. You think I should go for the power 27? Ishtola, what do you think? She seems into it. I will swing in with both of these. Doo-doot. Doo-doo-doot. How often do you encounter the power 9s once I actually land the Oracle? You guys actually are resolving Oracle the Alpha? I don't know how this happened. I could use Cyber Siphoner to recur the mana drain, but I don't think that's what I want to do this turn. I'm going to play Mind Stone. And I'm going to make it so their Lotus Cobra is a toy. They could protect it, cracking open the Evolving Wilds, getting 1 green mana, and using it for Snakeskin Veil, Blossoming Defense, Tamio's Intervention, Tyvar's Intervention, Tyvar's Stand. That's the thing. The point is the Lotus Cobra doesn't get turned into a toy. Royal Treatment! There we go. That's Dora. Thank you so much for the sub. Thank you for the 27-month resub. And thank you for the hot dogs. With the Lotus Cobra protected, it now also has a permanent Ward 1. But I'm glad they didn't use that on Tifa. Snakeskin Veil on a snake. Feels appropriate. Loot lets them play additional lands and can cheat creatures into play. Snake goes. Tap, tap, tap. Circuit Mender. Now they can play so many lands during the turn. Do I want one more land? Yes, because Ishtola, but I can also get Ishtola out just with the Siphoner, so I'm going to put that to the bottom. Assuming I keep these alive. Innkeeper's Talent lets them buff up their critters. Broken Bond could destroy my mind. Stone. I'm willing to sacrifice my Circuit Mender if they want to attack, though. Because it would draw me a card. And it's not adding to my devotion, though it is very good for blinking. Pass to end step. All right, Cyber Siphoner. Let's bring that, let's bring that counterspell back into hand. They could use Urza's Cave to get Cavern of Souls to make Tifa uncounterable. I guess naming human. There's a couple humans in the deck. I ended up getting a land anyway. Let's go for Ishtola. Ishtola and I scry. Oh my gosh, how I scry. Archmage's Charm. Nothing stealable. Gonna blink Circuit Mender. Swoop, swap. Draws me cards and gains me life. I'm glad this one didn't leave after one counterspell. I've had that with so many matches, and it is so, like... Not again. Yeah, I'm just sticking with the Power 9 for now. I'm not putting more Power 9 into the deck. What a cool little bug, right? It's really cool for blink decks. And I'm so happy, look, Ishtola got to do a double blink. It'll be a lot less cool when I use it to take infinite extra turns. But you know, I'm a mono blue deck. It is how it is. Yeah, infinite extra turns. That's great. So fun. So they didn't have enough mana to do that in their last turn. So on their turn, here we go. Urza's Cave, Cavern of Souls, Human. Am I the bad guy? I'm playing mono blue, so I'm gonna go ahead and say yes. Yes, I am. And you can tell, like, when I'm piloting these decks, how out of my element I am. Like, I'm simply not built for mono blue. Oh, I got a Fading Hope. Pop. Yeah, sure. Time thingy. Bouncy skablouncy. We attack in. We blink this, we bring it back. We take an extra turn. We blink it, we bring it back. We take an extra turn. We blink it, we bring it back. We take an extra turn. We blink it, we bring it back. We get an extra turn. And you beat Tifa. GG. Clive, Ifrit's Dominant. Clive is a mono-red devotion commander, playing lots of permanents that can stick around with red pips on them, so Clive can draw you more cards. He can also attack for 5 or flip over to deal 9 damage to a creature, make some more mana, and flip back. I don't have a counter spell, not that they don't know that, until I get 3 mana. But now we do have our Arcane Signet. Got my Archmage's Charm, too. Lots of my flexible cards. Chandra, that's a good ramp. I don't have a good way to kill her, I just have ways to bounce her. And I will bounce her. Even though there's a chance they could play her again, I didn't get a land here, which is really bad. See if they get a land, though. They might not, because if they get a land, they can Chandra kill Jill. Please don't cook Jill. She's really cool. She's like a super jellyfish. I have never seen somebody put Mana Flare. And I'm going to show you why you shouldn't put Mana Flare into your decks. It's because I'm going to get to benefit from it. And you are not. Don't put Mana Flare in your decks in Brawl. Unless you have a way to win with it on that turn. Azor, the Lawbringer. Will make it a bit difficult for me to cast all of these. I'm going to mulligan. I would like blinkables and not just my spells. There's a blinkable and a blinky and a blinker. Also, extra turns. So Azor is going to stop me from playing counter spells during their turn. Well, and my turn. It's just during my turn. Okay, well, it's still gonna mess things up. I'll play this Mystic Sanctuary tapped since I don't have 3 other islands, and I have nothing to Essence Flux here. And they probably have some of their own counter spells. I assume this is just like a big Azorius control deck or Azorius Tempo. He is the Law. Yeah, he brought his own version of Law to Ixalan, which is very annoying. Probably gonna go with Wizard, even though my commander is not a wizard. There's a lot of wizards in the deck. She's a druid. She's a cat druid. I'm going to bring out Tidebinder here so I can start dealing damage. I think that's very important to do against an Azorius tempo deck. Boop. And passing the turn. Cat's not a wizard. I like how we have two different cats here. Displacer Kitten and Dat Placer Kitten. Can you be countered? Wow, you can. I'm kind of surprised Azor can be countered. Different era of design, I guess. Swinging in with the Tidebinder. I'm gonna use Essence Flux to disable Castle Vantress. Now it can still do it again, but it doesn't get the scry there. You're looking forward to me building the Eminence Wizard? Yeah, Inala. I built the other Kuja first, but I think I will end up building that one. Try to stop Teferi. Counterspell. So I'm actually going to do something kind of weird here. I'm going to time twist this. When it comes back, it is not going to have anything to stifle. However, it can't be bounced back into my hand by Teferi, so I should be able to attack him and prevent him from bouncing something on the next turn. Which works for me. We bop the Teferi. I'll take an extra turn. I wish I had that time twist for this Muldrifter, though. That'd be neat. Kill the Teferi. Killing a Teferi to me is worth an extra turn. I'll just go full cost Muldrifter here. And not get a land. Nice. I'm being yudged. How many cards are in their graveyard? 4 right now. These can only hit creatures. So I'm going to go for some ramp. And even though the Stormdrake does not have anything to trade with, I mentioned before, against Azorius, I want to have things swinging and dealing damage. I wish I didn't have to direct 8 damages to Teferi, but I do think it was the right thing to do. Maybe I'm just, you know, scarred, frightened. I've dealt with too many of these. Aw, I wanted to blink that and get more lands. Lame. That flips over. They can now get extra non-land or non-land, non-creature cards. Counter spells, kill spells, and board wipes. And planeswalkers. Hi, Azor. I cannot cast instants or sorceries. That's okay. I can do this. I could go pop. I don't have any instants or sorceries in my hand. I have 1 mana. I have to decide if I want to go for the Trader or the Juggles. I'm going to put Stormdrake back in my hand, and even though I could replay it here, I'm just going to go for this draw. Cool. Island. That works for me. Stormdrake. Y'shtola, not a wizard. And they're using Flare of Denial. I have a feeling they don't have many creatures in their deck. And they don't really want to sacrifice Azor. I'm being asked if I have Hall of Storm Giants in this deck. Yes, I do. For reasons you can probably understand, like, it works. And it works. Aw, man, serenaded. They should be able to draw some cards this turn if they want to swing in. They have many, 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 many lands. Oh, they're going all in. Okay. Just a guess, they're gonna let me steal it and sacrifice it. Go for Displacer Kitten. A confounding conundrum. Enjoy your bird. Blink that again for a little bit of extra card draw. I won't be able to hit this because it has the hexproof. This is going to seem weird. I'm actually going to turn Displacer Kitten into a treasure. I suspect they have board wipes. They also could just attack with Storm Drake. I could block, and it kind of protects this kitten from the Storm Drake. I don't have anything else to trigger the kitten, so I don't feel too weird about it. Oh, but it turns out that turning the kitten into a treasure made it vulnerable to Cleansing Nova. Sure. I was right about them having a board wipe. Yeah, this is 100% a Teferi deck that has Azor here. My guess is they were running Proft because Proft is a better Azor. And they swapped it because Proft was matching too high. I'm not trying to accuse you of anything, the Wolf. I've just seen a lot of it. They can absolutely activate this. They got counter spells available. The most powerful card is land. Yeah, Y'shtola costing so much mana is so tricky since she's just so hard to, like, get to play and stick. Especially as she keeps getting countered. She costs 12 mana. A Thieving Aven? I thought about putting that in this deck because I like it. Aw, man. Narset. What do you got? House Meld? Rip. You should try to hit Phobothup with House Meld. Please. It just shuffles back into my deck. Another Narset. Yeah. So this is like... Why is Azor their commander is matchmaking? Oh, hey! It's other Y'shtola! Cheaper. More versatile Y'shtola. I want to draw cards. Weep. Whoop. Yeah, okay. Before they pass to attackers, I will turn Thieving Aven sideways. Getting rid of this Narset is so difficult. It's kind of kill it, bounce it, counter it, or bust. Because she has so much loyalty.
No is most of that.
Well, guys, I mean, I can permanently steal Azor. Not that that's helpful. I'm gonna melt a whole cul-de-sac here. Yeah, we're gonna have a real estate market. Bye, Phobothup. At least I don't get to draw a card off it, right? They could play Wander and just blink this bird token so I don't have a bird.
Surrender now, and we all leave.
Help my bird! My sweet peep peep. Too afraid of counter spells. Hobbs, thank you for the 67-month resub. Can I explain what Heist is? Heist is looking at 3 random non-lands in your opponent's deck and taking one, putting it into exile where you can cast it for mana of any color. I am unable to cast House Meld. But I can turn things sideways. Behold! Boop. Oh, I can't cast my Time Warp. We tap. We tap. Hi, Narset again. If only I could house meld their planeswalkers.
Cannot perceive beyond the veil of reality. A better world begins with
Memory Deluge, that's more card advantage. Time Warp. Great. If I want to make full use of it, yeah, I could Time Twist. That's not very useful. Let's go for a Temporal Manipulation. Another extra turn. Is that a One Piece mug? No, this is my logo, but I do have a bunch of One Piece stuff around my house because my partner is a huge One Piece fan. I got him a bunch of One Piece things for his birthday. May I have an Azor? Good. And I have another extra turn after this. Oh, whoops. I realized after that you could do that. Because this added to Devotion. That's what's happening here. Did I miss lethal because of it? Stay tuned and find out. I'm gonna do a little rift. Just a little one. They're dead? They would be dead, yeah. Alright. Big steel, big keel, shadow. Yes, we're gonna be mass manipulation. And I probably want to Time Twist to protect from things. Because this will come back in their end step. Alright, and who am I protecting here? I think Click. They could also blink this so it gets flying again. That's fine. And they have plenty of ways to, like, find more removal. Yeah, they would have been dead if I had recognized that I was getting enough devotion to attack with Thassa. Shadow of the Second Sun will get them an untap. Yeah, it's so strange. It's at the beginning of their post-combat phase, they get beginning phase. Then they get an end phase. What if they're going to play that Narset again? Do I have an engineering degree? Yes, I have a Bachelor's of Mechanical Engineering. You remember me being an engineer? It's because I am an engineer. I just work as a streamer because it's way more awesome. Okay, so they have a settle the wreckage. They've had their untap. I gotta get that settle the wreckage out of their hand. Something's happening. What, in my opinion, a Chief Miles O'Brien. He's had some really bad days. I feel bad for him. Mana drain doesn't counter this. You'd need a stifle effect. Okay. It's gonna be settle. And I'll also use my extra mana to, I don't know, tap human. And now let's see. Can I just win off the click? I can tap a blocker. I can bounce a spell. I do have a mana drain, but, you know, do what you can. I have sneezes. I can and will turn you sideways. I just didn't do it yet because I want to maintain things. I guess I should have attacked with more stuff. Because this is not a spell. I should have gone in with more. Here I was, trying to maintain things. While they have the counter spells up. Don't mind me. Yeah, in case they had ways to deal with those, I wanted to be ready. A spectacular pile-up! She won't be indestructible. Yeah, let's blame it on the sneezes. It's never comfortable. They want that extra beginning step. Sure. Yeah, Azor's here. Again, their deck is not built around their commander. You can tell by all the board wipes. Azor is a replacement for Proft, which is a replacement for Teferi. They're gonna make Y'shtola cost 2 more. Dillion, click. We'll try it again. Show me your secrets. Please. Please? Your secrets? May I? Thank you. Alright, what do you got this time? What are these 3 cards? Alright. A bounce spell that would stop the lethal. That's it. Oh my god, how they scry. I guess it's time to scry and to stock up. They had put a Get Lost on the bottom right at the start. But there's other, like, good fast removal, like Where's Grandpa? They also have Azcanta, which is kind of like a stock up. Three steps ahead can counter things, make a copy of a creature they already have, or draw and discard. Okay, can I please? Can I please? Can I please kill you? Please? Oh, thank goodness. Whew. Fighting against Azorius control. What a pain. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. Y'shtola Rhul sure is a mono blue blink deck. I've played plenty of blink decks before, and they tend to be good, though frustrating. You do a lot of bouncing your opponent's stuff, you do a lot of taking extra turns, and you sometimes do horrendous things like removing all of your opponent's lands from play. Thanks, Spencer. That was terrible, and I'm so upset that I did it. But it did work. This deck is about what you would expect from mono blue blink, but I will say that taking out Camille and Palantir of Orthanc and swapping the commander to Thassa would probably make this a stronger deck. Y'shtola usually just gets killed, or you don't have the opportunity to play her. Oftentimes you'll be matching up against other blue and black decks that can kill her before she can come down and do her triggers, and it's hard to have enough mana unless you're focused on ramp to play her and use her. I will say, though, she absolutely goes in the 99 of many different blue decks, blinky blue decks, and other like blue and X, blue-white decks, because getting double end steps is really, really sweet, especially with a lot of other blinkers that also trigger an end step. Some of them are mono blue, some of them are blue-white, some of them are mono-white, but they all trigger an end step, which is really nice. If you're looking for the deck list, you can find it in the description below. And if you are looking to suggest a commander from Final Fantasy, please let me know in the comments. There's still so many of them to go. I've gotten through a lot of the ones that I wanted to do when I first saw the set, but there's still over 50 of them left. There's like 70 of them left. There are so many commanders, and I haven't even started touching the ones that are technically not new, like Inala and Yuriko, because, you know, you've all seen Yuriko before. You don't need to see more Yuriko. I'll still end up brewing it at some point, probably, maybe. Thank you so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.